News Radio 630 WLAP.
So, doctors around the world are actually issuing an unusual warning. There was a dude, by the way, over in Las Vegas that married his smartphone. We're too stuck to our smartphones. And now doctors are warning us not to use them in the dark. Apparently, looking at your smartphone while lying in bed at night could wreak havoc on your vision. 2 women went temporarily blind from constantly checking their phones in the dark, say doctors who are now alerting others to the unusual phenomenon. Apparently, the solution is to make sure you use both eyes when looking at your smartphone screen in the dark. Who uses one? Maybe you just have one eye closed, you're not ready to get up, but you just have to see what happened on Facebook. In Thursday's New England Journal of Medicine, doctors detailed the cases of the 2 women, ages 22 and 40, who experienced transient smartphone blindness. It's a syndrome now. The women complained of recurring episodes of temporary vision loss for up to 15 minutes. That's scary. Dr. Albert Pang is an optometrist. He joins us now. Dr. Pang, this scares the crap out of me. I mean, people look at their smartphones all the time. What's going on?
Well, I think the merit of the story is that do not look at your phone with one eye closed. And
well, we shouldn't drive with one eye closed. We shouldn't look at the... Yeah, that's pretty good advice, man.
So, yeah, that's the bottom line. And it's actually this is quite a normal phenomenon, what we call dark adaptation. That's what we learned when we were in high school. Remember the rod and the cone in the eyes? The rod is responsible for your night vision, and the cone is responsible for daytime vision or bright light environment. So what happened is this lady, when she was looking at the phone with one eye closed, the open eye looking at the phone is non-dark adapted. So when she put the phone away, and that eye have a temporary blind for about 15 minutes, because that is how long it takes for the eye to adapt to the dark again.
So she's not really blind, but I guess it's screwing with her. Is there any permanent responsives to this? I mean, do you run the risk of causing permanent damage?
No, I do not believe that that will cause any permanent damage. It just kind of scare you a little bit. How come one eye can see, one eye cannot see? But after 15 minutes or so on average, when that eye is dark adapted, we're able to see just as well as the other eye.
Okay. So it's kind of a non-issue, except that you're going to have a lot of people calling 911 saying, help, I went blind and I don't know why, right?
Yeah, but again, it's also bring up another issue. Should we look at the phone before you go to sleep, or should we use electronic devices before you go to sleep? Because I always tell my patient the other concern that we have is when you look at the phone, you reduce the production of melatonin. It's a natural chemical to help you to fall asleep. When you look at the phone before you go to sleep, your brain kind of mess up with the circadian cycle, like knowing the day and night.
Right.
So when you do that, you tend not to be able to sleep as well.
So it's just a bad idea all around, as they've been saying, to be looking at blue light, they call it. That's screen light. That's artificially generated light from whether it's a TV or your phone. It's just a bad idea all around to be looking at those when you're trying to focus. How long before you go to sleep should you shut off your phone and be in darkness?
Right. There's no study about how long should it be before you go to sleep, how long that you should just stop all the electronic devices. No study have proven one way or the other, but in general, the rule of thumb that we suggest is usually an hour before you go to sleep. Just put the phone away. And actually, if you're able to just put all your tablets or your computer away, just let your system rest and recognize that this is nighttime, so that you're able to have a better sleep at night.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, and it's probably just a better idea to put your phone away for a while anyway. I mean, why are we looking at our phones right before we go to bed? Who cares what anybody said on Facebook?
Well, I don't know. When you say that, a lot of people will probably disagree with you. The phone become a part of our life now.
They need to get a life.
That's totally agree.
Yeah, Dr. Pang, thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
All right.
All right, have a good one.